Howdy folks, today I want to talk about the topping E50 DAC, digital to analog converter. I already went over the topping L50, the matching amplifier. This is like the stack that, these go together. So the E50 is on top here. I would say that I kind of wish that the front panel wasn't quite as fingerprint E as it is. But basically, you're not going to end up touching this a lot. Generally, you can switch between single-ended and balanced inputs on it. And the way you do that is you don't do that. You long hold the button. Well, it's got one touch button right there. And it's tricky. Let's see. Come on. That's the tricky part. So in general, you won't be turning this off. You would be letting it go to sleep and then just letting it turn on by itself, kind of like a sleep mode sort of thing. And that's actually what the manual says. Let's see what else. If you tap it. So we got USB inputs right there. Shows you the level coming in. And I don't think actually that says, like, okay, for single-ended, it's always going to be -13 as far as I could tell. Because changing, well, the amplifier is running after this, but in any case, we'll tap it again. So that's optical SPDIF in on the back, and I'll flip this around in a minute. And then we have coax inputs. And I believe, I think it always is going to be outputting single-ended and balanced, although we only have one button to play with here, so that's what we're doing. But let's go ahead and flip it around. So what's interesting about this is we have, I'll just unplug everything right away. Okay, we have balanced outputs, single-ended outputs. These are TRS, RCAs. Coax is right here. Typical, just like an RCA cable. Optical is here, and then we have USB A, well, not C, essentially. And another interesting thing is this says DC 5 volt, and it's a round plug, but the cable it comes with actually goes from DC 5 volts to USB, so I suspect what they want people to do, and I'll just show you the cable real quick, is to be able to run off of a wall wart, possibly, or you're going to need 2 USB ports on a computer to run it, which is an interesting way to do it. But that's the power adapter cable it comes with, which means you have to run it USB style. All right, so because why not? Here, let me just scoot this out of the way. Let's get a little peek inside of this guy. Actually, I'm not sure I need to do this one. Probably don't. Let's see. Well, maybe I do. Trying to keep my hands out of the way, but oh, come on, man. Tough little screw. All right. Let's see if we can pull this out now. Let's see. Can we grab an edge? There we go. All right. Bottom panel comes off. Cool. get out of the way a little bit here. All right, move this out of the way. All right, what do we got here? Let's look. Okay, got a little ribbon cable in there. Whoa. All right, so it's gonna be a little hard to see there, but that ribbon cable right there means we can only go to right here, and that's as far as we can go without ripping it apart. I actually have looked, and there are screws inside of this, and you'd have to take off the front panel to actually get anything else out of it, which is kind of a bummer. But so what do we see here? We have, let's get that to the where. Okay, we have an XMOS processor. We've got a laser etched chip, so you can't see what's on that. We've got an FPGA chip in the back here. Our ESS. This is actually a brand new ESS 9068 AS DAC chip. And then further back, it's hard to see, but I have looked at this. There are TI 1612 op amps, and I believe there's 4 of them. They're in there. I don't want to go any further with that, but cool, you know, nice layout, good high quality stuff. I do wish that you could get into this and do things without pulling the front panel off, but it is what it is. All right, so without spending time putting this back together, just snap it back there. All right, now sound quality, what everyone wants to know. This is the matching amplifier for this DAC, which like I said, is a brand new chip, and I'm just going to go over their webpage. So I did get this from APOS Audio. Thank you, APOS Audio, for review. And let's look at that. Okay, so just pause that out. All right, here we are. Zoom in a little bit. Okay, $270 for the E50 DAC. And we see that it has an ES 9068 AS DAC chip. This thing is brand new, never heard it before. And, you know, I have a Burson Playmate 2, which has a, not get this wrong, it's a ESS 9038 DAC. So that's an older one, definitely been out for a few years. This topping has the brand new one. It's got an XMOS processor. That's for USB, meaning that you can do DSD, MQA, basically every buzzword out there. It has all of that. It has ASIO drivers for Windows there, 24-bit coax and optical. Cool. So what I wanted to get to, okay, ultra portable. So, okay, I guess why they went with that is probably so you don't have to use a wall wart. You can run the DAC by itself from the computer. However, with the matching amplifier, you will need a wall wart. So there's that. Now, as far as the measurements of this thing, it is off the charts. Let's see, that probably will say, yeah, this is Audio Science Review very likely, and we're at, what, 134 to something dB? Well, okay, this is 126. Insane. You will never, ever, ever hear noise on this via USB. There's no noise. It's black as death. Absolutely. It's probably the blackest thing I've ever heard. And the way I tested that was by turning the amp up full blast on high gain. Can't hear nothing. So, wow, really cool. And as for the sound, so like I said, I have the Burson Playmate 2, and I've got actually a number of 9038 Saber DACs. And I'm here to tell you that this does not quite sound like the 9038s. This sounds a little more creamy, a little more musical, and it's actually a little closer to AK DACs for what that's worth. And this is definitely the only one of these I've heard. It's brand new again. But this is definitely less, slightly less linear than the Saber DACs I'm used to. It has a slightly less of a high-pushed sound. I think folks might know about what I'm talking about versus like an AK. Typically, Saber DACs have a little bit more of a strident, high-end sound, whereas AKs are a little more musical and sultry, so to speak. But this new 9068 AS chip is actually, it seems that it's more in the vein of an AK DAC, and I really, really enjoy it. And, you know, I said this again as far as the matching amplifier, the E50 amp, or sorry, L50. I said this before, but the L50 amp, which, sorry, I'm getting all my stuff in the way here. is a really good high-powered amp. It's got balanced, single-ended. I got the little adapter for you can run balanced. It's balanced in, right? So you can run balanced from the topping DAC into the topping amplifier. Or single-ended, I don't know. I actually did try balanced. I honestly can't tell a difference. I don't know why there would be a difference, but hey. You could run the DAC into studio monitors. That's a nice advantage, things like that. Here is the balance connector that you would need for like small IEMs. It's like a XLR to 2.5. I tried that. Very nice. Honestly, I don't really hear much of a difference between single-ended and XLR on the topping. Both of them have plenty of power for all the in-ears that I have, everything, so no problems there. And I really like this stack. It's got amazing synergy, especially with dynamic drivers. I've been playing with the Let's Sure D13s here. I'm going to do a little more testing with my balanced armature sets, my tribreds. They're in no way bad on this thing. I just felt like this thing was really killing it for dynamic drivers, which is a really nice thing. And if I had to complain, I would wish that maybe a little less fingerprinty, and I would say that I kind of wish that it actually had buttons on the DAC to match these nice physical tactile switches on the amplifier. So, just something there. I enjoy the fact that they're small, relatively lightweight. Build quality is very high. Top of the line components in these guys. What's not to love? So the stack is going to run you, let's see, $270 for the topping E50, and then the L50. Let me look it up here. Is really on sale for $194. I'm not sure what the difference between APOS certified and not is, but cool, $194. So you're running let's see, $470 for the stack. And so now that I have the stack, right, I've actually got the whole the whole thing that it's supposed to be, the whole system, shall we say. If I compare this to the Burson Playmate 2, I would say that it's easily on par. And I hate to say it, but I prefer the DAC chip in this, the 9068 AS. I think that's actually a step up from the 9038 that's in the Burson. And that's crazy that, it shouldn't be like that. DAC should be transparent, but I just felt like it was just a little bit more musical and a little more creamy, and that's my favorite. So, yeah, cool. Highly recommended topping. I don't know of any problems with this. If you're the kind of person that would want more physical tactile switches on the DAC itself, then maybe that wouldn't be your thing. But again, you're just supposed to have this plugged in and just let it go to standby and let it turn on by itself, so maybe it won't matter. The display here will actually turn off after, I think it's either 5 or 10 minutes. So it's not going to be blinding you at night, probably, but is what it is. So awesome. Thank you, APOS Audio, and I will talk to you on the next one.